Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining. My name is Matthew. Today I'm going to show you how to find the black market rate of the Argentinian peso using the Bitcoin price. All right, so here we have a quick little chart here of the Argentinian peso against the dollar. We see the devaluation that occurred here by the government just a couple days ago on August 14th. All right. Peso was officially around 287 pesos per $1. And on August 14th, they devalued it a little over 20% to 350 pesos per dollar. You see on the right-hand axis there, the P. I know the P isn't actually the sign for the peso, but they typically even use the dollar symbol, which is confusing. But this is just how I'm going to do it on this chart. So we see already a steady decline here from 252 pesos per dollar at the end of June 21st, 2023. And not even 2 months later, including the devaluation, we're at 350 pesos. So not looking good for the Argentinian peso. This is not a secret. Just in general, Argentina's been through 5-6 currencies in the last 50 years. Those of you that have been following my monetary base updates, you know that I have included all of those in the global monetary base coverage that I do. This particular sort of route in the peso has probably been going on in earnest since about 2019. I don't have it going back as far from that for reasons I'll show you in just a minute. But in general, let's just describe what's happening here. So people have lost faith in the peso. The government needed to devalue it. What is the Argentinian peso? Okay, it's the official currency of Argentina. But what is the regime of exchange? If you want to exchange in the pesos with dollars or euros or whatever, what is the exchange rate regime? It's officially called a crawl-like arrangement. Okay, and all that means basically is that there are a lot of capital controls against trading into or out of Argentinian pesos. Okay, so if you want to take, especially electronically, Argentine pesos out of the country, you're going to be faced with a lot of capital controls, and you're going to be faced with basically the official rate that the government tells you the pesos need to be traded at. Okay, so this affects their bond buying and selling operations. It affects taxes. It affects a lot of things. It's just the official rate that they want you to pay the exchange rate on if you want to go into or out of their currency. Okay, so it's a very controlled, capital controlled currency. Currencies like the Russian ruble come to mind, Venezuelan bolivar, Zimbabwe dollar of old. These have tremendous capital controls. They're not free-floating currencies like the dollar, the euro, or the yen. Okay, those are free-floating currencies, Swiss franc, British pound, so on and so forth. Okay, so here was the devaluation. So basically, it was already getting bad. This was not a secret. People in Argentina understand this, know this. Most of the time, they're not even holding pesos for their mid to long-term needs. They're holding dollars or other assets like Bitcoin. Pesos are simply for their short-term needs. And when they want to get in to pesos, they're not going to use this rate. What rate are they going to use? They're going to use the black market rate. Okay. So before I show you the black market rate, let's show you the Bitcoin price in Argentinian pesos. Okay, so that's going to be now on the left-hand side, the left-hand axis here. Here it comes. All right, so this is the price of Bitcoin in the last 2 months in Argentine pesos. Okay, so we can see here that it's, again, going from that lower left to upper right trajectory, very similar to the devaluation, but a bit smoother, actually. So anyway, let's just look at it. 14.8 million pesos per one Bitcoin at the end of June 2023. And as of today, we're roughly 21.4 million pesos per Bitcoin, okay, as of this recording. The reason I wanted to show you this data comes from Binance. And I wish it was longer. We could go back to 2019, but it's not actually relevant for just the strict illustration I want to show you here. If you find a market, and surely Argentinians, many South Americans, even in their own currencies, they know how to get Bitcoin at the right price, at the black market price, at the liquid market price. I'm sure I could find some Spanish-speaking websites that would give me longer-term price data, but this is an Argentinian peso market, and Binance has it. It's liquid. It's worldwide. This is the price of Bitcoin in Argentinian pesos. Okay, now what does this have to do with finding the black market rate? Well, Bitcoin is already one of the most liquid, traded, non-confiscatable assets in the world. All right, a digital gold. And if you want to get it, you're going to be able to find the right price in the market at any time. And generally, how is that perceived? That is the dollar price per Bitcoin. And I actually don't have that on this chart. I didn't want to confuse it or provide too many data points. But the dollar price per Bitcoin roughly over the last 2 months has been $30,000 per Bitcoin. And that's a worldwide price. You can generally get that in many, many markets if you're trading dollars per Bitcoin in many places of the world. You can do this digitally on an exchange or decentralized exchange with a similar price. Even if you're not trading dollars, maybe you're trading another cryptocurrency or stable coin, so on and so forth. This is the liquid price for Bitcoin, okay? $30,000. So all we have to do to find the black market Argentinian peso price is take the Argentinian price per Bitcoin on Binance, which is a liquid worldwide market, and divide it by that $30,000 per Bitcoin, roughly. And we will get the black market price for the Argentinian peso. And I'm going to show that right now. So I want to be quite clear. I'm obviously not discovering anything here. Of course, there are plenty black market websites. You can go to them yourselves right now. As you watch this video, you can find that the black market price of the Argentinian peso right now is about 735 pesos per dollar. You can definitely find that. And of course, again, Argentinians, many South Americans, many people around the world in developing markets in their own currencies, they understand what the price per Bitcoin is in their currency. And that's just the real liquid price. And it's roughly going to equivocate. It's going to be equivalent if you bought that if you bought that Bitcoin with dollars, except you just have to use your own currency. And what does that mean? If you're buying a freely tradable liquid asset with a transparent liquid price, well, if you are in a country with capital controls, you're going to be using the black market rate, the non-official rate. So the point is, Bitcoin can easily back you into what the actual price per peso in dollars is. All right, and that's what I've done here. So we can see it's basically the premium, the black market premium for pesos is double. Okay, you can see that here, 500, 490, 500 pesos per dollar black market price. And the official rate at this time, late June, early July, 250 pesos per dollar. Now, both of them were slipping, sliding, depreciating here, increasing basically, more pesos per dollar as we move through July here and into August. And then, interestingly, the Bitcoin price almost predicted the devaluation because the devaluation came on the 14th of August. And already on the 12th of August, we shot up from about, say, 17.5 million pesos per dollar to 19.4 million pesos per dollar. And actually, on the day of the devaluation, not much happened. It did decrease more here. Again, on the 15th for the Bitcoin price per Bitcoin, which then, of course, backs us into the black market price. And again, I am finding this black market price from dividing that green line, the green shaded area, by the dollar price per Bitcoin. So, but that will give us the black market price. So again, point is, it was a little bit delayed, but it's smoothed out to whereas still today, we are at that double, still 100% premium. So the point is, the black market predicts where the price of the peso needs to be. And of course, I'm not saying that the premium needs to be 100%. That's just what it has been. But even with this devaluation, nothing really changed on the black market. And in fact, Bitcoin even predicted it a couple days in advance. Okay, so that is the beauty of Bitcoin. Of course, there are plenty of just strictly dollar peso black market sites and channels, and I'm sure on the streets of Buenos Aires and other places around Argentina, plenty sources and outlets to understand what the non-official or black market price is. But here, simply using this handy little Bitcoin price metric, which we're sourcing from Binance here, divided by the official, not official, but the, let's just say the liquid dollar Bitcoin price. And you're going to get the black market price, that black line, okay, which is roughly double the official price. It was 2 months ago, and it still is today. All right, the black market price. And you can verify this yourself. Just look on just search black market Argentinian peso. You will find it. It's very funny, too, how the sort of mainstream outlets are trying to sugarcoat what the black market rate of the Argentinian peso is. On Bloomberg, for example, they call it the free-floating exchange rate of the Argentinian peso. That is a misnomer. That is incorrect. That is bad reporting. Free-floating, as it stands, would be a term that would reflect the US dollar exchange rate regime, or the European Eurozone's euro exchange rate regime, or the Japanese yen exchange rate regime. That would be a free-floating currency, okay? This black line, which Bloomberg erroneously and other financial news outlets erroneously refer as the free-floating rate, that's not what that is. Make no mistake, it is the black market. Okay, as Bastiat says, and many other people have said, if you prohibit a free market, a black market will emerge. And that's exactly what has happened for a long time in Argentina. Argentinians know that they need to manage their short-term liquidity not via this official penalty, very bad exchange rate, but via the black market rate. And that's what they do. And Bitcoin indeed helps us transparently understand that. So it's really a beautiful thing. Bitcoin, if you haven't heard about it, if you're just coming across this channel, it is one of the most, and increasingly so, one of the most liquid, actively traded, worldwide, transparent markets out there, which is, by the way, non-confiscatable, the asset itself, and it's digital. It's like digital gold. So definitely something to check out. And, if you're curious about what a black market exchange rate is for your local currency, just find the Bitcoin price for that. Maybe look at Binance, maybe look at a decentralized exchange. Find the Bitcoin price of that in your local currency, divide by the Bitcoin price in dollars, and that will be your black market rate. You can double check it on other sites, black market sites per dollar. So Bitcoin is a beautiful asset. It can tell us many things. And it already predicted the devaluation here of the Argentinian peso a couple days before. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.